Alright, what up friends and welcome back. Long War of the Chosen. So this is Devbuild 25.1. A couple of notable changes. If you're not familiar with the Devbuild, check the link to the mod list in the description. Or head over better to the Long War of the Chosen Discord server under releases. Notably for this campaign now, we are using no pods, which is a mod which is very similar to all pods active. So basically as soon as we get revealed, the entire map knows where we are. But this particular no pods map has a few other tweaks to the AI, so the AI behaves a little differently. I think for this one I want to allows us to use multiple class abilities. I want to have this not because I'm trying to scum or anything or be overpowered, but because like in previous playthroughs we found that if you have a soldier which doesn't have decent XCOM abilities, then it just kind of feels super underwhelming and they're just like a rubbish soldier. Enables resistance orders, you got to enable that. Chosen have their primary actions disabled. I think we're going to try with the primary actions. I expect that having the primary actions is going to make dealing with them so much harder, but based on what we saw with the 24.2 Devbuild experimentation, it tells me that the primary actions do make it incredibly difficult, but it doesn't make it unplayable, unbeatable. What it's going to come down to is just, I don't know, seeing if we can survive the losses that the Chosen inflict until we have the skills to take them down. I'm thinking, you know, like a Sharpshooter with the improved holo targeting to increase crit and damage, and a gunner with triple shot, for example. Enable the Chosen, not created equal. All of these we'll leave off. I don't want to increase HP. I'm happy to take a random headquarters start. And without Iron Man, because we need to be able to reload if anything crashes or we have any issues. The Honestman campaign, so any deaths we will just have to deal with. We'll only be reloading for things that are clear glitches or bugs. So what are we doing differently this playthrough from the previous one? Notably, Marksman, for the most part, unless I get someone who has stats that make them an obvious superstar marksman, you know, like 2 hit points and huge aim. Generally what I want to do this time is have all of my high accuracy guys be gunners and rangers, and I want to build my marksmen more as lads that have the kind of stats that you would expect an assault or a shinobi to have. Decent hit points, high mobility, and because I having enabled a pistol modification mod, I want to see whether we can make a decent pistolier class.
We're in concealment.
As usual, before we start, go option, raise band down to 0. 30, that needs hidden potential, that needs 5. Red fog for all. Show me the skills. Save, and then one other thing. Under mod settings, extended information, turn off aim assist. And he has a new mod I've added as well, which I'm quite keen to try. Attack options. It's the collections. It's not available in the attack layer. I'll show it at the start of the next episode. But basically it gives us different type of Overwatch. Attack Overwatch. Gives everyone attack Overwatch, which I think fits in quite nicely, and it's going to be important for us with the no pods mod, just because no pods is going to make the game so bloody difficult that essentially giving everybody attack Overwatch I think is going to be important. You'll notice there's hunker down all, there is reload all, and Overwatch all. Ruffle and Commander evening. But there was one other thing I needed to do. It was squad preview. No soldier preview. Soldier info. Take soldier photos. So Ruffler, I suggest you check the mod description. But long story short, it's a tweaked version of all pods active. As soon as we get spotted by the enemy, the whole map knows where we are. This is not a great place to fight for Gatecrasher. Let's take this side of the battlefield.
Orders confirmed. On the move.
Get me out.
Good luck, Commander. Unfortunately, can't stay for the beginning.
Getting it done.
No worries, Emil. Odds will be up as usual.
Roger that.
No, evening. I'm very interested. Who is this? This is the new lad. General Ruler Kuniger.
I trust in your command.
63, 12, 5. The average. New campaign indeed. It's our first time trying 25.1.
Je confirme la position.
Fair la position. Another little change tactically that I want to implement is not assigning squads straight from the beginning. I'm gonna only assign people to squads once they have leveled and bonded, if at all possible. Up to advance. This is Gatecrasher. We've literally just started. I'm hoping to offset the struggles that I had in the last campaign with bonding particular classes together.
Location confirmed.
We'll see if we can make that a little bit easier to deal with this time.
I'm all over it. The path is clear.
Also, last campaign we got the GTS disappointingly late.
Starting
And
ready. Your gung-ho, sir.
operating.
I'm all over it.
Bet your ass I'm gung-ho. Hadn't planned to stream tonight, but Lady Stobbie had plans with her friends.
Double time.
I thought, well then, XCOM started.
Enemy movement ahead. Moving to designated
So,
coordinates.
up modern. I can hear that sectoid. I'd actually be very happy to open up on the sectoid.
The Advent officers seem
Okay.
more capable than the grunts. We're not sure whether to chalk it up to training or stricter mind control.
I think I want to work my way up onto the high ground here.
Got it.
Just because during Gatecrasher, having that height advantage so important.
Copy that.
Allez.
Check the battleground quite carefully. We might be able to get into a situation where
Rolling out.
we can put the guys in cover, a blue move away from getting up onto the roof, and open up on this first pod like that, and then only take the roof once they've gone to cover, which then potentially could open up some flanks. Okay.
These guys make up the bulk
Trooper,
of the Advent
sentry.
forces we've dealt with. They're disciplined and well equipped, but their obedience makes them predictable.
That's affirmative.
This area is mine.
Je confirme.
I haven't actually read too much about this back Overwatch. Rifle Overwatch, the focused. It doesn't seem to give any other bonuses. Like, it doesn't give extra aim bonuses. It's still normal Overwatch. You're just focusing it in an area. Which is, of course, going to be a double-edged sword.
Confirmed.
And we don't know where the reinforcements are coming from. Gonna make things a little more tricky.
Lockdown confirmed.
Moving.
Thanks, Martin. And for those of you getting involved in the stream, take a look
On lockdown.
at those armor patterns. Up with. I would be quite happy for these guys to walk into us this turn.
We march towards enlightenment.
Well, like pistol Overwatch
No one gets by
seems to be
me.
normal Overwatch, and you have Overwatch, normal Overwatch. Oh, okay, I see that. Right.
Orders confirmed. On the move.
Seems like you can still do normal.
On lockdown.
That's affirmative.
Aim on elite.
Scanning. Head now.
Much of horrible aim in these lads.
Overwatch.
See how this goes.
We're visible here.
Don't let the drone go first. Okay, damn.
Carlo, forgive me.
Not ideal. Not an ideal start.
I'll get him next time. Hey, that's so spicy. La crème de la crème. Missed the target.
Although they bear
Curses.
some resemblance to the sectoids first encountered during the invasion, their genetic structure now includes human DNA. They are strong
God, the screaming.
with an even greater psionic potential.
Who do we have? We have Dustin Sparrow Bravo. He will be Assault or Shinobi. Those stats. Just a straight up Templar. Elite Arnold. Fame. Bolt Shinobi. Denth. Bolt Shinobi. Levitsmere. Also, none of these guys have any kind of stats. All of them could be pretty much anything except direct fire classes. Thing. Who has the least aim here? 60 aim, 62, 61. If I leave Levitsme here, well, he's got 6 hit points. He'll be able to eat a shot or two from the other side. We are sandwiched between 2 pods. This is really not very, very bad. No good. I suspect that I might need to just accept the fact that I need to go almost exclusively with grenades. Opening turn. I have to grenade that gunner.
Absolutely.
Well, I wouldn't worry about it too much, raging. We'll see who we have
Here I come.
in the roster. 3 aims. We got 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7. How's the damage different? 5 to 6. Is it also from distance traveled with Rend? Okay. Honestly, that makes the most sense. Take out the drone. And the game has crashed, looks like. Right. Lads. A second ago, you would have seen that game crashed when we tried to use Rend on Ruler here. So I've had to reload 1 turn earlier.
Roger that.
Because no matter what I did on that turn, it kept on crashing. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to recreate the moves that we did on the last turn. Otherwise, it's a little cheesy, it's a little spammy. But I'm hoping now that I can use Rend on the next turn without any issues. Bearing in mind here that this might not be the worst thing, because if they path into us on their turn, it's actually pretty good for the Overwatch.
Understood. Moving out. I'm on the move.
You were here, you were there.
I'm on the move.
There.
On Overwatch now.
Other pod walks away, that's actually good. Now if the pod to our right breaks concealment, then they should eat all the Overwatch.
Spotted up.
It's a little odd though that this pod here on the left actually activates first.
That is not good. Went off the armor.
Come on, hit the drone.
Forgive me.
Hate when drones eat all the Overwatch. Their armor and how hard they are to hit. Ugh,
Come on. They're moving to flank me.
not good. Now this pod isn't even touched. Dang.
Although they bear some resemblance to the sectoids first encountered during the invasion, their genetic structure now includes human DNA. They are
Things a
strong
little
as
differently
ever,
here.
with an even greater psionic potential.
Technically I should have gone point blank, I suppose. I mean, that's only 77 now, which could well miss.
Still up.
We have to grenade that lad and grenade that lad.
Shoot.
Get as many kills as I can, as I can.
La crème de la crème. J'ai manqué de munitions. surprise!
I'm a little concerned about that engineer there on the right flank, and now I have to throw another grenade at that dude. Oh, this is a dreadful start. Hope that Ren doesn't screw us up here now. Let's just see what happens here.
Strike surges forth.
Good. The aggro the sectoid pod.
I have to focus.
Tired of waiting around.
God damn it.
Grenade!
We're going to take a lot of damage now. Probably a couple deaths. I mean, 77 direct fire shot, 88 rend missed. Second big miss. The first shot we took of the campaign was a miss. Fucking, there's a gunner on the flank. Oh, this is so triggering to start a campaign like this. Is that the gunner? Now I gotta start doing crazy shit like this. Try to pull my ass out of the fire.
Oh, I definitely got that one.
Clutch. Who was that? Milky. Can't even address this pod at all. That is pretty devastating. I think I need to grenade there. There's a chance of getting a double kill.
Let's move already.
So Elite is almost certainly going to get stunned and killed by the drone.
Take this.
I was freezing. Yeah, but we seem to have gotten over that. It looks like the issue has been fixed. I don't know whether it's going to get replicated again. We'll just have to see what happens.
Position.
Barrow is flanked to this lad on the next turn. It's only 3 damage. We have the sectoids over there. And Sparrow is one of the toughest lads. I'm actually going to grenade this drone in the hope that I kill it. I don't want the drone stunning someone for 2 turns. DOG, can you describe the fix for me now? I don't want to have to stop streaming to look at the fix. Rocket launchers, no. The only mods I've added since the last 24.2 playthrough was the pistol mod and tactical something. I forget what it's called.
I'm looking ugly over here.
That's unlucky. 260%, they both hit and they both crit. Seven to 8, so 50% chance to kill. Can I get a frag that'll hit both of those two? Potentially I can. Got a frag that we can throw here actually.
Finally. Grenade. 'I strike for my people.
And it didn't crash, that's good. I'm gonna back myself to kill that trooper with one of the other lads. So let's move Koninger up. Honestly, as long as no one dies, really all that matters is you don't suffer any fatalities during Gatecrasher and you should be grand. Should be fine. That'll be a shot at that trooper, but I still need 2 more damage here for this engineer. I might have to just secure it with this grenade.
Grenade.
It's good that our lads are meaty. Eat. Honestly, I'm not too concerned about the fact that I'm not seeing anyone who has real direct fire potential right from the start. Mostly fine. I mean, there's a full other roster. Someone will have decent direct fire potential.
It's still moving.
I'm on it.
Come on, focus. Here I come.
64, 54, and the 60 finally hits him.
Ammo fast.
trooper, and we have another trooper there.
Here I come.
It is disappointing and annoying that you have to start a campaign with a bunch of injured troops. How is that not vision? Yes.
If you say so. Scanning. That all you got?
Why don't we just force this lad to come into some Overwatch?
I'm on it.
Why not?
Back in. Affirmative. Covering now.
I will sense any disturbance.
Let's do this.
When there's one nerd left on the map,
Come get some.
will almost certainly come towards us. 8 lads overwatching.
Do this.
Good luck to him. I don't think there is aim bonus on TAC Overwatch. There? I haven't actually checked the mod description that much. If any of you are more familiar with that mod, you can confirm.
Got it covered.
You know, but it kind of makes sense that there would be an aim bonus though.
What's over there?
Because if you're telling your guys to Overwatch in a 360, they'd be like darting around, having to react quickly. But if they're like just focusing their cone of fire, they'd be more accurate.
Moving to Overwatch.
En vigilance.
So I like that. Makes sense. I like mods that make sense.
Hit damage.
I got nothing. Cover my flank.
The error is
This
my-
trooper, 3 Overwatch shots missed.
Not sure I can make
And then he hits a 65. I'm giving the zaps.
will bear my marks.
Woo! Right, a messy, clumsy, not very good Gatecrasher, but it's done. It's in the books. Get going. So in the last playthrough, we pretty much started with a med bay. And one thing that was quite surprising was how not good the covert actions were. The point where it's even making me rethink whether I want to start building a resistance ring on day 1. But I seem to recall a patch note that ambush chance was halved across the board. Was that in that stupid fucking April 1st post, or was it that in 25.1? I really want to read the patch notes from 21.1. 25.1, excuse me. Let me actually... Okay, so 25.1 patch notes. Purifier damage is reworked. Phosphorus reworked. Idle chosen knowledge gain. You get alloys for killing chosen. Thin grenades. No, okay, so... I'm gonna go ahead and bond guys with the start, because I can just make their classes conform. I mean, everyone has almost exactly the same bloody stats anyway, so... Batavia and Sparrow Breva. Honestly, Breva has potential to be a specialist with 9. And Otavio is pretty average. He could be a technical. Let's go specialist technical. Anyway, so the patch note about ambush chance getting halved across the board was in that stupid, dumb, fucking waste of time, annoying April Fool's patch notes. So that means that ambush chance is still quite high. Now, you can well make the argument that you have dedicated lads for doing infiltrations, but I'm not crazy about that. What do we have here? Dragonov, that's an assault with that mobility. Ghostwalker. Field medic is great for an assault. Rapid deployment is kind of meh. Low intelligence is unfortunate. Low profile and field medic automatically is pretty amazing. Tradecraft is nice. Tech sense is great. Into Overwatch. find a Shinobi out of this. Elite, I think, with that horrible aim, we have to be a second specialist. Specialist that just uses a shotgun. But right off the start here, from day one, I want to have 2 specialists, because remember, they're going to be our primary officers. Flashbanger is great. Neutralizing agents is great. Mission is not great. Run and gun rapid fire is amazing. Yeah, I want 2 specialists right off the start, which we have here. Specialist, technical, specialist, technical. One of these guys should be a technical. We want Assault Shinobi, Assault Shinobi. Eval could be cool. If you get at least 1 kill, hunker down. Interesting. Location, kill zone. Kill zone is basically the exact same thing as this tech fire that we've got. Rupture is amazing, and run and gun is pretty amazing on a technical. Anything that's direct fire I like on a technical. Obviously, once they are done shooting their rockets, I want them to actually be able to do something. Specialist technical, assault. Luke, let's go. Shinobi. Oh, that's right. Kill zone is multiple shots, correct. Preservation is good. Aim assist is rubbish. Lock and node's rubbish. Fine. Rupture is actually okay. I mean, you don't take rupture for the actual damage it does. You do it for the damage increase. But I can't imagine a situation where I would want my Shinobi to be rupturing rather than slashing and slicing and dicing. Plus 1 charge per grenade item. Actually, that's good. Grenade item in the utility slot. Ghost grenade. Does the utility item you build from the Spectre count as a grenade? I don't think it does. It does. And if it does, I wonder if using it, because normally you get 1 chance to use it and it gets used up. If you have full kit and you use it once, it doesn't use it up. And you therefore save the 50 supplies and the Spectre corpse. Extra battle scanner? Yeah. I think for that I would prefer to give him a poison grenade. And then he can start an ambush by poisoning an entire organic pod. Pretty good. Charge per grenade item. Primary weapon. No, it's not worth it with a Frosty because you don't get the extra AoE. You pretty much only ever give the Frost Grenade to a Grenadier. Raphael, that would be another Shinobi, it looks like. Where's the other Shinobi? One. Acid Grenades could be pretty damn good as well. Who's say here? Shinobi. Crap. Okay, crap. Damage works for SMG and explosive, so it doesn't work for blades. That's crap. That's good. Fortify is good. Like any enemy with a blue movement range or sword does not end the turn. Interesting. I like that. You can blue move Reaper. Grace. Hit damage and crit chance. This would be pretty cool if you have a support Grenadier who obviously once he's fully leveled up with Reaper and coup de grace, you flashbang a bunch of nerds, especially like mutons, into Reaper and then just start slicing and dicing motherfuckers. Low combat intelligence, high, that's nice. Average, high. Average.
Impressive, isn't it?
Again. Resistance comms, always. Resistance comms first. Why don't we try something a little different and go GTS from day one? No. Have to go engineer from day one.
Commander. Good to see you on your feet again.
Okay, so we've started in Asia, looks like. Hive and Bonds of War. We started in Eastern Europe, question mark. I've never started in Europe before. That's interesting. One thing we learned from the previous playthrough is that the Templar headquarters healing doesn't stack with the infirmary. So this means we can kind of hold off on the infirmary for a little while. NG and Fultons. Yeah, interesting. I quite like the NG Fultons combination. Therium Insectoid. $145 with only 5 more. I can actually get GTS. I think makes the difference. I want to hammer the GTS with the officer training, like from day one. The resistance ring honestly pisses me off these days. Founding all factions before May. Well, I mean, you know, can't really bet on that. It'll be nice if it happens, but...
Let's go, Stobbie. Thanks for all the rock content this time we win.
Thank you, Jeffo. So, Mobility, it's interesting you say about locating all the factions. Like, I've never thought to myself, you know, working towards hitting all the factions quickly would really be worth it super early. Mostly because you need high-level soldiers to actually make contact with them. And I'm just looking at making contact with as many countries as soon as possible. This is super interesting. 6-day infiltration, liberation, day 1. For me, it's always, you're just hammering contacts. You just want to expand your resistance contacts as soon as possible. Because that's what basically gives you insurance on your economy. Resistance ring, GTS, power, contacts. Yeah, that's pretty standard. Again, we're building it. No one's saying that what you're suggesting is bad. It's just, as always in XCOM, it's a question of it's always a zero-sum choice. If you go with your suggestion of trying to make contact with all the factions first, then by necessity you are compromising your economy. That's a trade-off. Does the Templar have the same stat as a PSYOP? What stat? What do you mean? Dodge, hack, aim. Any dodge? As ever, chat, I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about. No sword. Technical 3. Let's give him an SMG and go with some boom boom from the start. Old world assault rifle. I technically could give here, I suppose. Yeah, aim. Okay, fine. Oh, I see what you guys mean now about those abilities. And I suppose you could, but why would you ever do that? The Psyblade build is forever and always kind of amazing. Let's see what he's got XCOM ability wise. Will to survive is nice. Lick your wounds is very nice. Rapid deployment is kind of meh. You know, is crap. Range attacks is crap. Fortify is very nice. Lightning slash is amazing. So just the fact that he got lightning slash there, and especially because he has high. If there was any debate as to whether to go Sage or Psyblade, the lightning slash I think makes it pretty obvious. You got to go Psyblade. Thing is, I can't imagine going Psy-build on the Templar because I can't see how you end up with anything less than a shitty off-brand Psy operative, you know. I can't see him being a better Psy-op than the actual Psy-op. No explosives here. Well, we've got the rocket. Do that instead. In fact, so much so, I'm gonna go back to the SMG so I can get closer. Just set motherfuckers on fire. Let's go. Give stun strike a try. It's half action. I can see that was gonna be my next question. I've never taken stun strike because for me the big reason I wouldn't take stun strike is because I don't want to end my turn. Actually, we haven't even looked at our full barracks yet. Let's see who we got. Oh, the Governor. He's got to come along. Kekabilo, legend from the previous campaign. Let's take a look at who are going to be our direct fire people. Quad Fox, nice aim, 74. Cyrus, Kittybot, Nuffle. Oh, Monty Bloody Peasant Python. He's going to come along. Ogmon, Bonger, Kink. Let's take out these high accuracy lads. So we can get some direct fire guys going. Quad Fox. The stun strike works on mechs and the Advent General. Okay, that's incredible then. I never even thought of that. Such a good suggestion. Thank you for making me think of that. Higginbotham. Take along, yeah. Kekabilo. He was a beast previous campaign. Looks like it's going to be 6 of us. We can maybe squeeze out a 7th if we take a bunch of SMGs. These guys with above 70 aim, they will not take grenades. Give them the extra mobility. 74. And Algmon can even take the old world assault rifle. Very nice. A couple of them should take medkits. Take at least 2 medkits. I can't wait for the Monty Python voice lines to start procking. You guys are gonna love it. Bloody brilliant. 117. I don't think we can get another person in. $97. I'd need to get 5 hours. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. Right, Operation Enduring Jester, a smash and grab with a revealed start with 6 of us. That's going to be 6 of us versus 7 to 9, which is a little spicy. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like 2 flashbangs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 frag grenades. 3 direct fire assault rifles. That's going to be a little spicy, that mission. Resistance radio inspired is nice, but taking resistance radio before you've maxed all of your contacts is a trap. You need that intel to make contact. Got to be modular weapons. Could make an argument here though. Make contact with Western Europe. Look, I'm in contact with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So starting in Eastern Europe, and this is the first time I've ever started in Eastern Europe, is actually so amazing because there's 1, 2, 3, 4 other countries that are all one jump away, meaning that 80, 80, 80, 80. So the first 4 connections, whatever 4 times 80 is, I don't do numbers, whatever that is, I can get up to 5 contacts. And then that also means once I've made contact with all 5 of these, we can really super focus intel gathering here and have a good chance of being able to ambush reinforcements, because we know that we get Advent's attention here and then manage to ambush reinforcements. The reinforcements would have to come from one of these jurisdictions, which we would already have made contact with. So good. 5, 4, 5, 5. What's up, Kupfer? I thought 26 was an April Fool's, and it was actually nothing. Is it a real dev build or not? I mean, it's frankly idiotic releasing a dev build on April Fool's, because people aren't going to know whether it's real or not. So I just assume it's an April Fool's dev build and not a real one. It is not what? It is not April Fool's, or it's not a real one? I assume it's not a real one. Because I got annoyed when I realized it's April Fool's, because, yeah, not a real one, yeah. Because the changes they described were like really good. The whole halved ambush chance across the board. I'm like, oh yes. And fixing the floating head thing. Or was it a Rickroll? Because I didn't click the link on the actual download the dev build, but I clicked on the link to read the patch notes.
Our position is obscured.
Hold on, I'm yawning, folks. I was at a barbecue last night. A friend of mine come back from a long holiday. He brought a bottle of Jägermeister. As you all know, one does not simply have one Jägermeister. Not how life works.
Eyes on a hostile patrol. Already there.
Wait, that shouldn't reveal. Have I fucked myself? Oof. That being said, I love Jägermeister. It's easily my favorite spirit. Like for drinking shooters. But it is pretty brutal on your stomach though. The worst hangover of my life was a night in the UK where a friend of mine didn't have a lot of money, so we were in a pub that had a special on Murphy's, which is like an off-brand Guinness. That's that thick black Guinness type stuff. We drank nothing but Guinness and basically Guinness and Jägermeister the whole night. I've never had such an upset stomach in my life the next day. Oh my god. I couldn't move more than 5 meters away from the toilet. We don't have anyone who's really going to want to Overwatch here. We have direct fire pretty much across the board here. Should I just run in and slice and dice a nerd? Why not? Just guaranteed kill the sectoid and then clean up the rest.
Break for my people. Our advantage is lost.
Indeed, triple. That's a pretty decent rule of thumb. Logic makes sense because clearer alcohol is generally more refined. More refined. Less likely it is to bet you that much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. The rest of the pod should be over here. What do we have here? Well, this is new. Scouting protocol. When going to scout around an area does not break consultant. Oh, that's new. So scouting protocol is from Dunk. My man. This is from tactical options. Tac options mod. Body 3%. So with Gluk, I'm tempted to slice and dice the sectoid, but only if I can get myself into cover there, which I can't. That's also potentially a little problematic because might be vision there. Can't get a decent rocket with Steve-Al. I could probably set that trooper on fire. What I want to do is I want to go over here just to get a visual there. We can do... Steve-Al is actually fairly likely to get mind controlled. There we need to do 7 damage to make it explode now, which is not even that important. Run and gun zap is actually not a terrible option. Yeah, I think I've created enough of a distraction that I can reasonable safety now slash that dude, but now I can't see him, which is so
Tired of waiting around.
I mean, if you're busy dipping chips in Guinness at lunchtime, I'm not surprised you didn't finish uni. Although I technically kind of didn't finish uni. I mean, I've got my 2 degrees, but I got them remote learning through University of South Africa, so like the actual going to uni physically part of my uni career I never actually finished. But I mean, the whole remote learning thing was just perfect for me. It did me so much more than actually having to go to class, especially because I was already working full-time at uni.
You see that?
Force these lads to move.
Let's do this.
Kind of hanging Steve-Al out to dry here, but got good high cover.
Incoming fire!
It's funny talking about donating blood. Friends of mine were, friend and I, Brian, him and I, we were watching cricket.
What's in my...
I think South Africa were playing Pakistan or something,
It's nothing.
and there was a blood bank there, so ow, we donated blood and got very, very drunk. A lot of fun. Very stupid, but a lot of fun. So now no one can kill the sectoid. A disaster. Sectoid is behind there. Actually, I need to run and gun here, and if I zap the sectoid, they're gonna break the mind control. Oh, gremlin loot costs an action. No, I don't believe so. No one can get that far. It's gonna be Overwatch. It kind of doesn't matter. Someone has to eat the Overwatch. That may as well be Templar, who has decent hit points. What kind of hack we have? Targeting, and no, that's good.
This world is ours. My cover will only hold so long.
Miss. Shit, can't flash out anybody. This is the risk that I took when I did not bring along flashbang. I think a better option is to stun gun Lavitsmere. Dit zien, Bodabosh. Kan niet meer bij die weg.
Je m'en occupe.
Can any of you confirm for me whether using stun on a sectoid breaks mind control? Guessing it doesn't.
No need to ask twice.
I think it's more reliable to just stun gun my own lad. And then deal with the sectoid on the next turn. Anybody? Well, it's too late now. The decision's made. Never mind.
Let's move already.
I would have been so pissed if he missed that 93%. Oh shit.
That one hurt a little.
It does break my control, thanks. Although, with that tree in the way, trying to shoot the stun gun from the left there probably wouldn't have worked. Miles away.
C'est pas passé loin.
They are taking damage, but not too much damage so far.
Let's do this.
Why's that not working? Scar Ranger. Eat. Full Scar Ranger.
I need an evac ASAP.
Is it worth exploding that container? Is anybody in range? That lad might be in range. Ooh, okay, now that makes it well worth it. That's how we kill the sectoid. That gets us a double kill. And again, the sectoid is carrying loot. Shit, and now that I've shot this thing, it's going to explode on the next turn. I really didn't think this through, did I?
Here I come.
Well, not thinking is kind of my thing.
How many is that now?
No, Jeffet. For me, that was as a result of doing the legacy mission. You won't ruffle. That's why we're going to leave the... Oh, god damn it. We're going to leave the Templar to finish off the sectoid. Now this changes things. Now I've got to do this and then run away. Gets annoying.
Here I come.
Very clumsy. Very clumsy couple of missions to start. Oh, I shouldn't be complaining. It's a liberation mission. The fact that I'm even getting it done at all is worth being happy about. Right, we're gonna take a second attempt there, gents.
Tired of waiting around.
Everybody grab a corpse, boys. Sectoids are paying double this month. Is there a second sectoid? Is
Getting it done. Come on, get back in the fight.
I'm really looking forward to trying the pistol user, Marksman lad. I did briefly think about downloading the Akimbo mod as well, but I think the single pistol using Marksman lad is gonna suffice. Now move to a body location and look at the hack done.
Let's do this.
It's only 9% less likely, and what's 33% of 80? It's 20. And small cache of intel is 10 intel. That's effectively 20 intel. 27, it's even more. Couldn't have got either. There you go.
Access packages go. Schwarz. Finally. Just a pain in my neck. Let's move already. Why can't they walk?
Can't walk. Was dead.
Solid copy.
Dead. It is a Fulton. It also pays for the officer training station in the GTS, which I think I prefer.
Location confirmed.
I can't stress enough that I really want to hammer the officer training this campaign. Even want, and also because we're going to have 2 officers per squad, I want to have both of those officer training stations up and running ASAP.
Here I come.
This is Firebrand. It's time to go.
That was a nice bit of good luck, having a liberation mission proc as the first mission in the zone.
All XCOM operatives are secure. Firebrand is returning to base.
The Wounded Soldier sucks. But who do we call MVP there? I think probably the Templar, unsurprisingly.
Standing up to those who would abandon our values for those of the old world. The remarks followed a moment of silence.
Hang on, I need to check the poll that Martin up for us about the camouflage that we're busy running. One or more answers. Take a look at the results. Pretty even, actually. Classic real life camo patterns, white and grey for snow. Real life police. Animals, advertisement. I kind of feel like I should actually use one of each. Like, instead of having all of the squads some variation of classic or some variation of real life police, we just do first squad can be classic, other one can be police, other one can be animals, that type of stuff. Okay. I'm gonna keep checking the descriptions. I don't think anything has been changed meaningfully since 24.2. It's still got to be lightning reflexes. Your concealment is broken. Blade Master. Where's Stun Strike? There it is. I love Vigilance. It gives you focus so quickly. Aim and defense for each point the Templar has. Pillar also a single action. Can be used after rend. Interesting. But I think Vigilance is too good, especially with this mod we're running, where you basically get revealed and you go straight to full focus. Is he going to have enough aim to make him a direct fire guy? He does have nice high combat intelligence, but the fire in the hole. The rockets are more likely to hit their intended point of impact, or at least close to it. Maximum can miss by reduced by 2 tiles. That is so good. Elite laser sight and a data pad. Yummy. So one more mission that gives us an intel reward, we can make contact with a third country. And having the other ones that close, you can make a real argument for getting resistance contacts built ASAFP. We have the potential here to have one of the strongest economies in any of our campaigns. Part of me wants to try to not skip lasers this time, to just do lasers, get laser weapons just for Alpha Squad, and then go to mag weapons. The question then is, how much of an economy hit is getting laser weapons really? Bear in mind, when you research laser weapons, you get a weapon out of it. So you're basically paying for that one weapon. I think let's try it this time. I just want to fill that bit of a gap between ballistics and mags. In the 24.2 experimental campaign, we tried to bridge that ballistic to mag gap with some accessories from the proving ground, but that didn't prove to be great. Anyway, YouTube lads, thanks for watching. We're off to a good start. Nice little 50-minute episode for you guys here. I think we need to focus on just hammering intel above all else and getting to contacts. Building resistance combos every 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 countries in contact as possible. It'll be so good for us. Especially if we do some jailbreaks, get the amount of resistance personnel up. It'd be good. It'd be really good. Oh,